Hi everyone, hope you all are good. So, today we're going to start with grade 10 maths. So, you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. So, just go to aplusstudents.com. There, you have to log in using your email address and password provided by the administrator. Then, you have to select math as a subject. Then, scroll down to grade 10 maths. And we are working on the chapter that is named Lines, Line Segment, and the chapter name is Points. Points, lines, and points, lines, and segments. We are on the chapter that is named Point, Lines, and Segments. Find the chapter, click on the continue button, and the topic we're going to start today with is midpoint formula. We are going to start with the topic that is midpoint formula. Okay, let's start with the topic that is midpoint formula. So let me write down the topic name first. Midpoint formula. Okay, click on the continue button so that we can start with the lesson. Okay, so let's start with examples. So the first example is a line segment has the endpoints. Let me write down the question on the board. A line segment has the endpoints B 10 and 7 and C 0 and 1. So you have to find the coordinates of its midpoint. Find coordinates of midpoint M. Okay, so basically we have to use that midpoint formula. So the midpoint formula is you can note down, make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important points on your notebook. You have to find x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And the coordinates given are b, 10 and 7. So the first value is always the x value. So you can say it is x1 and y1, and then C is 0 and 1, so this is x2 and y2. So just substitute the values. So x1 is 10 and x2 is 0. So 10 plus 0 over 2. And then y1 is 7 and y2 is 1. So 7 plus 1 over 2. Just add them, divide them by 2, and then you'll get 10 by 2. You have 10 by 2 and 8 by 2. So 10 by 2 is 5 and 8 by 2 is 4. So that means the coordinates of the midpoint is 4. If this is the line, suppose here you have B with the coordinates 10 and 7, and here you have C with the coordinates um, C with 0 and 1. So this is then the midpoint, and the coordinates for the midpoint is 5 and 4. Got it? So you can note down the midpoint formula on your notebook. Okay, let's start with another example. Okay, the other example is, let me write it down. ST has endpoints at S is 10 and 10 and T is 2 and 4. So find the midpoint M. Okay, so we know that the midpoint formula is M equals x1 plus y1 over 2 and x2 plus y2 over 2. So s is 10 and 0. So this is x1 and y1, and t is 2 and 4. So this is x2 and this is y2. Got it? So just put the values and find evaluate them. X1 is 10. This is x1. X1 is 10. So 10 plus 2 over 2, and then you have y2, x2 and y2. X2 is, sorry, x1 plus x2, not y1. X1 plus x2 over 2, that means you have to add the x coordinates and the y coordinates, and you have to divide them by 2. Got it? X1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. Add the x coordinates for both the coordinates and add the y coordinates. So the y is 0.4 over 2. So that 10 plus 2 is 12 over 2, and 0 plus 2 is 4 over 2. So it would be 6 and 2. Got it? So the midpoint is 6 and 2. Okay, on the top right corner you have a test button. Let's start with the test. Okay, we are points, line and segments, and then we are on the midpoint formula. Okay, on the top right corner you have a test button. Let's start with the test. Okay, the line segment, a line segment has endpoints G, -4 and -8, and H, -8 and 6. Find the coordinates of its midpoint M. Okay, so let me write it down on the board, the coordinates just. So the coordinates are, G has the coordinates -4 and -8, and H has the coordinates -8 and 6. So they are x1 and y1, and they are x2 and y2. So for the midpoint, you have to do x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. So just add the x coordinates and add the y coordinates. So the x1 is -4 and plus -8 over 2, and then y1 is -8 and plus 6 over 2. So here you are adding two numbers that have the negative sign. You have to add them and you need to put a negative sign. So 8 and 4 is 12. So here you have a -12 over 2, and -8 plus 6. You are subtracting a greater one. You are subtracting two different numbers. So you need to put a sign of the greater one. It's -2 over 2. So the coordinates are 2 times 6 is 12, -6, and 2 times 1 is 2. So the coordinates are -6 and -1. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the next button, O button. So the coordinates are -6 and -1. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, the next one is RS has coordinates 3 and 1, and S 1 and 7. Find the midpoint M of RS. So you are given with the points that are 3, 1 and 1, 7. Okay, the coordinates of R are 3 and 1, and S are 1 and 7. So you have to find their midpoint. This is x1 and y1. This is x2 and y2. You have to apply the midpoint formula, that is x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. That means you have to add the x coordinates and then divide them by 2, and you have to add the y coordinates. So the x coordinates are 3 plus 1 over 2, and the y coordinates are 1 plus 7 over 2. Got it? So 3 plus 1 is 4 over 2, and 7 plus 1 is 8 over 2. So when you divide them, their coordinates are 2 and 4. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is find the mid. JK has the at points at J negative 6 and negative 10, and K has 8 and 6. Find the midpoint M of JK. So the coordinates are J is negative 6 and negative 10, and the coordinates of K are 8 and 6. So you have to find the midpoint. So just use the midpoint formula, that is x1 plus x2 over 2 and the y1 plus y2 over 2. So x1 is negative 6 and x2 is 8. So negative 8 plus 6 and then negative 6, 10 plus 6 over 2. So negative 8 plus 6 is 8 minus 6 is 2 over 2, and negative 10 plus 6 is negative 4 over 2. So the coordinates are 1 and negative 2. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. The second option is the correct one. So you can complete the test by yourself later today or right after the call, session. I'm moving on to the next topic by clicking on the back button. So if you need more help with the topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Got it? So let's start with the next topic, that is find the distance between 2 points. Let me write down the topic name. Find the distance between 2 points. Find, okay, let me write down the question. Find the distance between the 2 points 8, 5 and 3, 5. So basically you are going to now introduce with the distance formula. Got it? Find the distance between the points 8 and 5 and 3 and 5. So we have to use the distance formula. We have to subtract the, let me write down the distance formula so that you can note it down on your notebook. So the distance formula is d equals square root x2 minus x1 whole square and plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Got it? So just this point is x1 and y1, and the second point is x2 and y2. So just substitute the values. X2 minus x1, x2 is 3 and x1 is 8. 3 minus 8 whole squared, and plus the second one y2 minus y1, 5 minus 5 square. So you have 3 minus 8 is negative 5 square, and 5 minus 5 is 0. So negative 5 square is 25. So square root 25 is 5. Also you have an easy way to find, see, both of the points have the same y value. That means you have nothing to do with the y value. Just subtract the x value. The x value is 3 minus 8 and 3 minus 8 is negative 5. So absolute value of negative 5 is 5. So that distance between both of them is just 5 units. Got it? So let's do another example. Okay, find the distance between the 2 points. They are 1 and 9 and 10 and 9. So again, the distance between the points 1 and 9 and 10 and 9 has same y coordinates. Look, both of them have the y value. That means they lie on the same horizontal. They lie on a horizontal line. Got it? So you just have to subtract the other two values. Just subtract 10 minus 1 and calculate the absolute value so that the distances are not in negative values. So absolute value of 9 is 9. So that means the distance between both the points is 9 units. Got it? That's for the values that have the same y same coordinates. Got it? Like for this one they have the same y coordinates. Got it? Otherwise you have to use the distance formula if they have the different coordinates. So you are in grade 10, you have already learned the distance formula in the earlier grades. Got it? Okay, let's start with another example. Okay, the next one is, okay, the other example is 4 and 2 and 4 and 10. The coordinates are 4 and 2 and 4 and 10. So they have same x coordinate. So you just have to subtract their y coordinate. See, both of the x coordinates are 4. You just have to subtract their y coordinate. So just subtract 10 minus 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8. So that means the distance between these 2 points is 8 units. Got it? Okay, let's start with a test so that we can do some of the practice questions. Just click on the test button. Okay, find the distance between, let me start with a test. Okay, the topic is find the distance between 2 points. Okay, the distance between the 2 points 6 and 8 and 6 and 1. So see, both the points have the same x coordinate. That means they are on the vertical, horizontal. They are on the vertical line. They are on the vertical line. So just subtract their components that are different, the coordinates that are different. So 8 minus 1 is 7. That means the distance between both the points is 7 units. Got it? So select the correct option and move on to the next question. Okay, so I was on the tutorial. Let's just start with the test. Okay, so find the distance between the 2.6 and 8, 1 and 8. So both of the points have same x component. That means it is the vertical line. It is the vertical line. So just subtract their components, their coordinates that are different. So 6 minus 1 is 7. That means the correct option is 6 minus 1 is 5. Sorry, not 7. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, for the next one, find the distance between the 2 points 6 8 and 6 1. So they have same x component. Again, it is the vertical line. Just subtract their y component. So 8 minus 1 is 7. Got it? So select the correct option and move on to the next question. Okay, the next one is 4 1 and 4 7. So again, they have the same x component. So it forms a vertical line. Just subtract their y component. So the correct option is 6. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is 10 7 and 1 7. So again, they have the same they have the same y component, so they forms a vertical line. So just select their components that are different. So 10 minus 1 is 9, so the correct option is 9. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, again, now the next one is find the distance between the points 4 and 2 and 4 and 10. So they have the same x component, that means they form a vertical line. So just subtract their y component. So 10 subtract 2 is 8. Very good. The answer for this question is 8. So select the correct option and move on to the next question. Okay, the next one is find the distance between the points 1 and 9 and 6 and 9. So they have same y component, so just subtract their x component. So 6 subtract 1 is 7. So the answer for this question is 7. Select the correct 6 subtract 1 is 5. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, so you can complete the test right after the session or later today. I'm moving on to the next lesson. So just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. Okay, the next lesson is the last one from this topic, that is construct the midpoint or perpendicular bisector of the segment. So we have the tutorial only. So let's just work on the tutorial. Let me just explain the things that are on tutorial. Okay, let's start with this topic. Construct the midpoint or perpendicular of a line segment. So you are given with just a tutorial, and also the tutorial is not much clear so that we can read it. So just leave this topic. Let's start with the final test. We'll cover this topic later in any other topic with any other topic. So let's start with the next topic, that is final test of this topic. So just click on the back button and let's start with the final test. So maybe we have different questions on the final test. So being sure before doing the final test, you have completed all the topics right above the final test. Got it? So let's start with the final test. Okay. So the first question is, what is W and WX? So basically we have to find the side length of the WX. So because the VX is the perpendicular on the line segment WY, we already this topic. So if the length of XY is 46, then WX is already also 46. Got it? They both the side lengths XY and WX are the same. So it is again 46. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, what is this? Is this line segment or ray? What is this? Yes, it is a line segment. The line segment must have, sorry, not, it's a ray. This array has the one endpoint. Sorry. So it is a ray. What is this? It's a ray. Ray has the one endpoint. So it is the ray. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, a line segment has the endpoint 10 and 7 and C0 and 1. Find the coordinates of the midpoint. So you have to find the coordinates of the given values. So the values are B is 10, 7 and C is 0 and 1. So you have to find the midpoint. So for the midpoints, you have to find, add their x components and divide them by 2. 10 plus 0 by 2 and 7 plus 1 by 2. Just add their x components. This is x1 and y1. This is x2 and y2. So we just did the midpoint formula. So 10 plus 2 is 10 over 2 and 7 plus 1 is 8 over 2. So 10 by 2 is 5 and 8 by 2 is 4. So the midpoints are 5 and 4. Got it? So select the correct option and move on to the next question. So the midpoint is 5 and 4. Got it? The second option is the correct one. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is find the distance between the points. So you have to find the distance between the points. So see, they have the same x component. We just did this topic. So we just need to subtract their different y components that are different. So the components that are different are y components. So they form a vertical line. Got it? So 10 subtract 1, 10 subtract 2 is 8. So the correct option is 8. Select the correct option and move on to the next question. Okay, what is this? Is this line segment or ray? Which one is it? Do you know the answer? It is the line segment. The line segment has two endpoints, so it is the line segment. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is if VW equals WX and both of them have 78, VW and WX is 78. What and ux is 66. So what is vx? So you are given this length ux, this is 66. You have to find the uv. That means if ux is 66, uv is also 66. So the add them to find the side length of vx. So 66 plus 66 is 132. So the correct option is 132. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is find the distance between the points 6, 8 and 1, 8. So they form a horizontal line because they have the same x component, same y components, same y coordinates, just subtract their x coordinates. So 6 subtract 1 is 7. So the correct option is 6 subtract 1 is 5. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is R, Q, R and PQ congruent. So QR is 124 and PQ is also 124. So both these sides have same side length. That means they are congruent. Got it? They have same side length, so they are congruent. So answer is yes. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. So J is 4 1 and K is 0 7 are the endpoints of the line segment. Find the midpoint of the line segment. So you have to find the midpoint of the line segment. So let's just find the midpoint. The points are 4 1 and 0 7. So for the midpoints, what we have to do, we have to add them in 4 1 and 0 7. Okay, they are 4 and 1 and 0 and 7. So just add their x components for the midpoint. This is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So just add their 4 plus 0 over 2 and 7 plus 1 over 2. So 4 plus 0 is 4 over 2 and 1 plus 7 is 8 over 2. So it would be 2 and 4. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. 2, 4 and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is RKN and KP. Congruent KN is 118 and KP is 180 inches. Yes, both of them have the same line side lengths. That means they are congruent. The answer is yes. Got it. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is RS has endpoints 3 1 and S17. Find the midpoints of M. So find the answers and let me know what is the answer. 3, 1 and 1, 7. So just add the x components. So 3 plus 1 is 4 and 4 by 2 is 2. Then add the y component. 7 plus 1 is 8 and 8 by 2 is 4. So they are 2 and 4. Got it? Okay, the next one is if QR and QS is 71 and PS is 57 but is PQ. So PS and PQ are same. So PS is 57. That means then PQ is also 57. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay. B is 1 and -2, and C is -3 and -2 are the endpoints of the line segment. What is the midpoint of the line segment? So you have to find the midpoint of the line segment. So just add their x components. So they are B1, -2, and -3, -2, -1, -2. Okay, 1 and -2. And the other point is -3 and -2. So you have to find the midpoint. So just add their x components and y components, divide them by 2. 1 minus 3 over 2, x1 and x2, and then y1 and y2. So both of the y are -2 and -2 over 2. So 1 minus 3 is -2 over 2, and -2 is -4 over 2. So they are -1 and -2. Got it? So select the correct option and then click on the OK button. -1 and -2, and then click on the OK button. Got it? Okay, the next one is UV has the endpoints -3, 5, and 1, -3. Find the midpoint M of UV. So can you find the midpoint by yourself? Okay, find the midpoint and let me know the answer. I'm waiting for the answer. You have to add the x components. So -3 plus 1 over 2. So -2 over 2. And then 5 minus 3 is 2, 2 over 2. So it would be -1 and 1. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is again a line segment has the endpoint 1, -1 and 6, and h1, -4. Find the coordinates of midpoint M. So for the midpoints, you have to add the x components and the y components. So the x components are -1 and 1. So the answer is yes, it is 0 and 1. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is what is this? So this is array because array has one endpoint. So this is array. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, what is the length of GH? So H is only 1 point away from G because 56, 55 and 56. Just subtract 56 out of 51, 55. So it is 1. So select correct option is 1. The distance between length of GH is 1. Got it? Okay, the next one is GH has the endpoints -7 and -10, and H has -7 and 2. Find the midpoint M of GH. So you can use your notebook and pencil and find the midpoint. Let me know the answer. I'm waiting. Be quick, please. Yes, it is -7 and -4. Very good. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is RFG and FH congruent. FG is 152 and meters, and FH is also 152 meters. So both have the same side lengths. So yes, they are congruent. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. The answer is yes. Okay, what is this? Is this line segment, or array? It is the line segment. Got it. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, what is the length of GH? GH has the length 1. Very good. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, what is the side length of QR? So find the values of Q and R. Q is at 53 and R is at 55. So when you subtract 55 out of 53, the answer is 2. Very good. So the length of QR is 2. Are EI and HI congruent? EI is 105 and HI is 123. No, they are not congruent. They have different lengths. Got it? The answer is no. Okay, the next one is, what is the length of ST? So S has the value 98 and T has the 100. So just subtract 100 out of 98. So the answer is 2. Got it? So the length of ST is 2. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, a line segment has the endpoints -4 and -8, and H is -8 and 6. Find the coordinates of midpoint. So use your notebook and pencil, find the midpoints, and let me know the answer. I'm waiting. Yes, very good. The answer is -2 and -6 and -1. The first option is the correct one. Got it? Okay, the next one is RCD, CE and CD congruent. CE is 159 and CD is also 159. So both of the line segments have same line side lengths. So yes, they are congruent. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, if QR is congruent to RS and PS equals 83. So what is PQ? So they are congruent. So PS is 83. That means PQ is also 83. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, are UV and TV congruent? UV is 120 and TV is 150. No, they are not congruent. They have different side lengths. So they are not congruent. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, what is the length of CD? So C has the value 2 and D has the value 5. So just subtract their values. So 5 subtract 2 is 3. So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, R, GH and GJ congruent. GH has the side length 172 and GJ has 122. So the correct option is no, they are not congruent. They have different side lengths. Got it? Okay, the next one is, if UV is 16 and VW is 14. So what is UW? So UW is the sum of UV and VW. Got it? So add 16 and 14. So 16 plus 14 is 30. So the correct option is 30. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, find a distance between the points 3, 3 and 3, 9. So they have the same x component. That means it is the vertical line, horizontal line. Just add there, just subtract their y component. So 9 minus 3 is, yes, it is 6. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, what is the coordinate of the midpoint of BC? So you have to find the midpoint. So for the midpoints, you have to add both the points 91 and 87. So 91 and 87 is 1 178, and then you have to divide 87 plus 91 over 2. You have to add both the values, 91 and 87. You have to add 91 plus 87 and divide it by 2. So it is 8, 9, 7 and 1 is 8, and 8, 17. 178 by 2 is 2 times 8 is 16, and 2 times 9 is, so the midpoint is 89. Got it? So the midpoint is 89. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, find the midpoint of find the distance between the points 1, 9 and 9, 10. So both of them have the same y components. That means it's a vertical line. Just subtract their component, that the coordinates that is different. So 10 minus 1 is 9. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is what is GH? So GH is equal to EH, because FH is the vertical line, the perpendicular line, or GE. So EH is 50, then that means GH is also 50. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. So that's all for today. You can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we have done with the chapter, that is points, lines, and line segments. So in the next class, we're going to start with the next lesson. So please make sure before doing the final test, you have to complete all the topics that are above the final test. So if you have any problem with the topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. See you in the next class. Thank you. Bye.